Mic off. Mic on. Mic off. Mic on.
How is everybody doing today? We got some fun games for you. I am Dean on the call. We got Bombers at Wildcats here in Tiger Den. Got a couple of day games for you guys. It's going to be Johnny Sins versus Peach Rockford. And up first for the Bombers is Hamish Rifleman. How is my audio, lasers, and running? And this ball is smacked into left. That's going to be over the head of Chico Island, and that's going to be a double to lead things off. Not often do you get an extra base hit here in Tiger Den, but Hamish Rifleman made it look easy. And Peach Rockford is going to lose Graham Britton. Alright, thank you. Thank you. And that ball is sent out into center. This could be extra bases. Nope, the runner will stay put at first, but that'll score a run for the Bombers. Men on the corners now for Billy O'Connell. Peach Rockford already tense. Base 3 batters, let all of them reach base. This one's blooped, but that'll get out into foul. 1-2 the count to O'Connell. Check swing there, 2-2. And strike 3 called. Rockford catches the top of the zone.
The designated hitter, number 20.
Oh, 1 out now, men on the corners for Lexi Luther. She was a rookie last season, got snubbed in the Rookie of the Year voting by Pizza. She was definitely a top 3 contender though. 3-1 the count here to Luther. And Rockford's gonna lose her to load the bases. I'll bring up Albert Pujols.
Number 55.
The base is juiced. Rockford back down to 10s. Finally finds the zone there, 2-1 the count. Fouls one off, 2-2. And that one is drilled up the middle. That'll score a run. It might score two. The throw home will not be in time. Just late. So a single from Albert Pujols makes this a 3-0 ball game here in the first. Center fielder Kent Iffy Jr. pops this one up to shallow left field. Whitney ranges over and grabs it for out number 2. We'll bring up the catcher, Alyssa Sass. The Bombers look to strike early. 3-0 the count here to Sass. And Rockford loses her, so another walk this inning to load the bases and bring up the shortstop, Ferris Irons. Fouls this one off, 1-1 the count. Two and two now here to Irons. This one's out to the seats. Another foul ball. We'll do it again. And this one is mashed into left field. That's a grand slam from Ferris Irons. And it's 7-0 here in the first. The Bombers are striking early. They're mad from last night losing their first game of the season against the High Rollers. And they're scoring all the runs that they couldn't last night. We're bringing up Hamish Rifleman. This time he's going to pop out to right field. But the Bombers with a huge inning here in the first. Only 4 hits, but 7 runs. And now the Wildcats get to try to clap back. Emmett Fury lifts this one out into right field. Billy O'Connell will grab that for out number 1. We'll bring up left fielder Chico Island. Johnny Sins on the mound for the Bombers. He has a 2-2 the count to Chico Island. And this one's lifted out into right field, but Rifleman tracking over and making the grab for out number 2. Bring up the third baseman Rustin Baldwin. Baldwin fouls this one off, 2-2 the count. And strike 3 called. Johnny Sins rings him up. So the Wildcats go down 1-2-3, and the 2-3-4 are due up for the Bombers. Graham Britton walked in his first plate appearance. He's going to lift the first pitch that he sees. Foul. Baldwin ranging over and grabbing it for out number 1. Bring up Tyler Bonetti. He scored the first run last inning, and he does it again as this ball is lifted out into right center field, and that baby's gone. 8-0 Bombers off the bat at Tyler Bonetti. That's a mojo up for him. We'll bring up the first baseman, Billy O'Connell, and that's going to do it for Peach Rockford. An inning and a third, 5 hits, 8 earned runs. And they're going to bring in long reliever Abel Mars and see if he can salvage something from this game. 3-1 the count here to O'Connell. Look out now. And a swing and a miss from O'Connell. That's a mojo down after only 2 plate appearances. We'll bring up Lexi Luther. She reached base on a walk last inning. She's going to do it again off of a 4-pitch walk from Abel Mars. We'll bring up 3B Albert Pujols. He had a 2 RBI single last inning, and he hits this one through the left-hand side. for another single. So men on first and second now, 2 outs
Now
for
batting,
center
the
fielder
center
Kent Iffy
fielder,
Jr.
Number 42.
The Bombers so far definitely showing that they're suited to run it back to back. This one's grounded to third baseman. Baldwin throws it over to first in time for out number 3. So we go into the bottom of the second, and the Bombers lead 8-0. And that one's hit hard, but a jumping catch from Billy O'Connell snags that one. Johnny Sins already locked in. Inning and a third, 1K. This one's lifted out into center. Alan Hiker earns himself a single, and that's the first base runner for the Wildcats. We'll bring up the center fielder, Bobby Jimbo. First pitch is in there for a strike. Another strike, 1-2 the count. Jimbo pops this one up, but that'll get out into the seats. And this one's lifted into center, but Kent Iffy's going to be able to get there in time for out number 2. We'll bring up the right fielder, Rick Porter. And this one's hit up the middle. Graham Britton grabs it though and doesn't get it to first in time. Rick Porter beat it out by about a half a step. We'll bring up the rookie James Sly. He's got contact versus right-handed pitchers, and Johnny Sins is a right-handed pitcher. And he hits this one right to Pujols over to first in time for out number 3. So the Wildcats get 2 men on board, but don't turn it into any runs, as we get the 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Bombers in the top of the third. One and two the count here to Mars, or here to Sass. And she lifts this one in a diving attempt from Sly, but unable to grab it. 2 and 2. Another foul, we'll do it again. And this one's hit right to Fury, over to Sly in time for out number 1. Ferris Irons up to the plate again. He had the grand slam in the first inning. That made it a 7-0 ball game at the time. 1 and 2 the count here to him. 2 and 2. And that one's hit hard but ripped foul. Another foul, we'll do it again. 2 and 2. One just misses outside, full count now. And he hits this one up the middle, and that'll be a 1-out single for Ferris Irons.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 89.
We'll bring up Hamish Rifleman for the 3rd time. He's got the high pitch trait. Ooh, that one's well inside. 2-0 the count. That one misses outside. 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk to Rifleman puts men on first and second for Graham Britton.
Number 60.
I agree, Puppet. This is rigged. And that ball is lifted into center, but it's going to stay in. Bobby Jimbo grabbing it. Irons is going to test his arm, and he's going to make it in with no throw to third. So men on the corners now for Tyler Bonetti.
Number 4.
He had the single in the first to start off the scoring, and then he had the homer last inning. He's already locked in. 2 and 1 the count here to Bonetti. 3 and 1. And that's a walk to Bonetti, so the bases are loaded now for Billy O'Connell. He's tense after striking out last inning. That ball's in the dirt, but able to be stopped. 2-1 the count here to O'Connell. And that ball is creamed above foul. 2-2. And strike 3 called. Billy O'Connell strikes out, looking to end the inning. So that for the first time, the Bombers don't score in the inning. We have the 9-1 and 2 due up for the Wildcats. As Bailey Smith grounds this one up the middle for a leadoff single. The Wildcats need to get back into this game somehow. They need to get their timely hits. And honestly, in Tiger Den, all you gotta do is have a pop fly that carries a little bit. LMAO, who started this game? Peach Rockford started. Aggie. That's who I was told to start.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 28.
Is that not correct?
That's inside.
1-2 the count here to Chico Island. And strike 3 swing, and Johnny Sins sits him down. I'll bring up Rustin Baldwin. 2 outs now, man on first.
That's down. Ball inside.
One finds the zone. 2-1. Baldwin pops this one out. 2-2. That one's well inside. Full count now. The runner will go. And strike 3 called. That one just caught the top inside corner. We got the 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Bombers. Lexi Luther is walked both times she's came up to the plate. And she's going to pop this one up to the catcher, Bailey Smith, and this will be out number 1.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Bring up third baseman, Albert Pujols. He's got 2 singles on the day, and this one is creamed out into right center. Will it stay in? At the track, at the wall, Bobby Jimbo makes the grab. That one just stayed in. Probably one of the deeper parts of the ballpark, that right center corner. 1-2 the count here to Kent Iffy. This tough out trait is active, so he's got extra contact. It was already pretty high. It's definitely in the triple digits now. And a diving stop from Baldwin over to first, not in time.
Now batting, the catcher.
Almost an incredible play by Baldwin. Probably still would have been a single if it just went out to Chico Island. 1-1 the count here to Sass. 1-2 now. 2-2. And this one's popped up to the second baseman, Emmett Fury, and this will be out number 3. So another scoreless inning for the Bombers, but they still lead 8-0. We got the heart of the Wildcats order, Whitney, Hiker, and Jimbo due up.
Shortstop, number 5.
Nope, inside. Ball low.
2-1 the count here to Knee. 2-2, that one caught the zone. And that one catches the zone too. Whitney sits down looking.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 22.
Brings up the DH, Alan Hiker. He's got one of the few hits for the Wildcats today. Quickly down 0-2 though. Fouls this one off to stay alive. And strike 3 swinging. Johnny Sins
Now batting,
got him with the heat.
center fielder, number 7.
We'll bring up the center fielder, Bobby Jimbo.
That's inside.
3-0 the count to Jimbo. That one finds the zone. 3-1. That one gets in there. Full count now. And Jimbo pops this one up to the catcher. And Sass will grab that for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for the Wildcats. We head into the top of the 5th.
The shortstop, number 2.
Shortstop Ferris Irons up at the plate. He's got a grand slam and a single today. He's locked in.
That's outside.
1-2 the count here to Irons.
Ball inside.
That one misses the zone. 2-2. And he's gonna pop this one up to Rustin Baldwin, and that'll be out number 1.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 89.
This will be the 4th time through the Bombers lineup already here in the 5th inning. As Hamish Rifleman steps into the box. He's got a double and a walk so far. Swings through that one. 2-2 the count. He's gonna pop this one up behind the plate. Bailey Smith will grab it for out number 2. We'll bring up the second baseman, Graham Britton. And that's going to do it for Abel Mars. They're going to bring in Maya Serenity. That's in there for a strike. One misses. 1-1 the count. Ooh, a little bit of a screwball there. And that one's hit hard, but right to Whitney. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Bombers. We have a 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Wildcats. Rick Porter leads things off. He's got a hit today already. Fouls this one off. 1-2 the count. That one just misses. 2-2. And strike 3 called. Rick Porter strikes out looking. We'll bring up James Sly. That's the 6th strikeout for Johnny Sins. He's averaging more than 1 per inning. Quickly 0-2 to Sly, and that one just misses. 1-2. And a busted bat grounder to Billy O'Connell for out number 2. Abel Mars did do very good, given what he walked into. 1-1 the count here to Bailey Smith. She's got a single already today. 2-2 now. And this one is smacked, no doubter, to right field. And Bailey Smith puts the Wildcats on the board. It's an 8-1 ball game. Hopefully this can spark something for the Wildcats. They can put up some more runs.
Now back, the second baseman, number 11.
We'll bring up the second baseman, Emmett Fury. And this one's lifted into center, and that'll be a single. So a 2-out rally starting for the Wildcats.
Now batting,
They bring up Chico Island.
fielder, number 28.
Johnny Sins no longer locked in, and that one gets past the diving glove of Billy O'Connell. So men on first and second now
Now batting,
for a tense Rustin Baldwin.
baseman, number 30.
That's down.
That one misses low. 1-0.
That's low.
Another one. 2-0 now.
Ball high.
One misses high.
Ball
And a 4-pitch walk to Rustin Baldwin. That'll mojo yup him. And now we have Whitney, arguably the best player on the Wildcats. And that'll do it for Johnny Sins. Went from locked in to loading the bases after the homer to Bailey Smith. They bring in Obi-Wan Mahomey. And this one is lifted over the jumping glove of Graham Britton, and that's going to score 2. So a 2 RBI single from Whitney makes it 8-3.
The designated hitter,
Men on the corners for DH Allen Hiker.
Ball inside.
Obi-Wan Mahomey automatically tense after giving up a 2 RBI single.
That's off
Both of those runs will be charged to Johnny Sins, though.
That's
2-2 the count here to Hiker.
foul. No.
That one misses low, full count. The run on first will go. And that one's grounded, but right to Britton. Over to first with plenty of time for out number 3. But the Wildcats show that they have a pulse. Put up 3 runs. They made it look easy that inning.
Ball outside.
Tyler Bonetti leads things off. He's got a homer, a single, and a walk so far today. That one's hit hard, but right to Emmett Fury, over to first in time for out number 1. It's a mojo down for Bonetti.
Number 10.
Billy O'Connell steps into the box. He's tense. He's struck out twice already today.
Inside. That's inside. Yeah.
Swing and a miss there, 2-2.
Ball high.
That one just misses, full count now.
Take your
And that one's well outside, so Billy O'Connell earns himself a walk.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Bring up
number
Lexi
20.
Luther. That one's in there for a strike.
off the plate.
One misses outside.
Inside.
One misses inside. She swings at a pitch out in her hands. 2-2 the count. And that one jams her and she lifts that out into center.
Out.
Now batting, the third baseman. Number 55.
Bring up Albert Pujols.
No. No. Ball inside. Ball forward. Take your base.
That's a walk to Pujols. So men on first and second now to Kent Diffie Jr.
Number 40.
2 outs. This one's lifted out into left field. Chico Island able to throw it in time to prevent a runner from scoring, but bases loaded now for the catcher Alyssa Sass.
Number 35.
She grounds this one to Fury. He'll throw it to first in time for out number 3. So the Bombers load the bases but don't do anything. We got the 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Wildcats. Another 3-run inning could put them back in this ball game.
Off the plate.
1-2 the count here to Bobby Jimbo. And he lifts this one out into right center, and that'll be a leadoff single. The Wildcats hoping to piece something together and get back into this ball game.
The right fielder.
Right fielder Rig Porter steps into the box.
Inside.
Obi-Wan Mahomey still tense.
Foul ball.
Inning and a third of an inning and 2 hits so far. 2-2 the count here to Porter. And he slaps that one hard, but right to Britton, to Irons, back to O'Connell for the Dragons special. That's the first of the ball game from either team.
33.
I'll bring up the rookie James Sly. He's still got his contact versus right-handed pitcher trait active.
That's low.
That one's well inside. 3-1 the count. That one just catches his own, full count now. And that one gets in there. James Sly caught looking for out number 3. We head to the top of the 7th. The 9, 1, and 2 due up for the Bombers.
Number 2.
Nope.
Ferris Irons blasted this game open with a grand slam in the first to make it a 7-0 ball game.
Inside.
2-2 the count. The Irons. And that one's lifted out to right, but Porter gets there in time for out number 1.
Right fielder. Number 89.
We'll bring up the right fielder Hamish Rifleman. He pops this one up to Emmett Fury. This will be out number 2.
Out.
The second baseman, number 60.
Ball inside. Inside.
2-1 the count here to Graham Britton. He's hitless so far today. And that one nearly hits him full count. And that one's hit hard. A diving stop from knee, but Britton too fast beats it out by about half a step.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 4.
Got some serious speed on Graham Britton. 2-0 the count to Bonetti. That one's popped up into left field. Chico Island will wave off knee.
You're out.
And that'll be out number 3. We head into the bottom of the 7th. I want to thank everyone for coming out today. If you're not part of our Discord, you should join it. We have lots of fun. We talk about baseball and all sorts of other things other than just this league. I think we're a fun group of guys to hang out with. So if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to join the Discord. Become a part of the league. We'll have player submissions for Season 8 coming up relatively shortly, as we are in Week 8 of our 12-week season.
That's outside.
3-1 the count here to Fury.
Ball
And Fury earns himself a walk. So Bailey Smith grounded out, but Fury able to get on base.
Number 28.
Ball inside.
1-1 the count here to Island. He's gonna pop this one up to the pitcher. So 2 outs, a man on first for Rustin Baldwin.
Now pitching.
And that'll do it for Obi-Wan Mahomey. They're gonna bring in Lucy Freishack.
That's down. Nope, that's high. That's low.
3-0 the count to Baldwin. That one finds his own. 3-1. And the runner is off, and Fury is gonna get in. So Fury in scoring position. And Rustin Baldwin swings at the high heat and misses. So Lucy Freishack sits him down. We got the 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Bombers as we head into the top of the 8th. Billy O'Connell rips this one, and that's just foul. It could have been extra bases if it stayed fair. Aya Serenity showing some signs of fatigue, but gets O'Connell to ground out to Baldwin for out number 1.
Now pitching.
And that'll do it for Serenity. They're going to bring in Hal Oldman.
Nope, inside.
2-1 the count here to Luther. And she rips this one. If it's fair, it's gone, and it's going to cut just foul. And she grounds this one to Baldwin. She's got some speed. It's a tough play, but Baldwin able to get it over there in time for out number 2. One's in there for a strike to Albert Pujols.
Ball high.
One misses high, 1-1.
Foul ball.
Fouls this one off, 1-2. And Albert Pujols lifts this one out into right. Rig Porter will grab that for out number 3. We got the heart of the Wildcats order due up the 4, 5, and 6
Now batting.
as they hope
Shortstop.
to score 5 runs and tie this game up with only 6 outs left.
Nope, that's high.
What are you ugging about, Whitney? You're up by 5.
Low.
Would have given her the the home run lead.
Hitter.
Gotcha.
Number 22.
And that one's hit hard, but that's gonna get foul.
That's foul.
Quickly 0-2 to Alan Hiker.
Ball high.
One misses high, 1-2.
That's down.
Misses low, 2-2. And a busted back grounder to O'Connell. It will advance the runner, but Alan Hiker is out.
The center fielder, number
Bobby Jimbo got his RBI man trait active, since knee is over on second. 2-1 the count here to Jimbo.
Nope. Outside.
3-1.
Take your base.
And that one misses low. So men on first and second for Rig Porter, and only one out.
fielder, number 3.
Nope. Outside. Ball high.
2-1 to Porter. And this one's lifted out into left field. Albert Pujols and Bonetti.
You're out.
Bonetti eventually calls him off and makes the grab for out number 2. It looked like there was a little bit of confusion as to who was going to grab that one.
Nope. Go.
James Sly due up this time without his contact versus right-handed pitchers. That one finds the zone, 1-2 to Sly. And he swings through that one. So the Wildcats leave 2 men aboard. We head into the top of the 9th. The Bombers still lead by 5 as they hope to add on some insurance runs.
Number 42.
You're the one that took Bash Sluggington out of the lineup, Aggie. I'll say it. Busted back grounder to Fury. And over to Sly in time for out number 1.
Number 35.
Ball high. Steve. Off the plate. Nope. That's high. Ball 4. Take your base.
And that's a walk to Alyssa Sass. I believe with a Wildcats loss here, it means the best that they can hope for is to tie
Outside.
for one of the wild card
Nope.
spots.
That's high. Low. Take your
And
base.
that's a 4-pitch walk to Irons.
Now batting, the
That'll bring up
fielder,
Hamish Rifleman. He's got a double and a walk today. Got a lot of speed. It'll be hard to turn a Dragon special. Mubot, I'll be real with you. It's a pretty safe lead. 5 runs is a lot.
the second baseman,
But the Wildcats, I will say, do love late game theatrics. They love coming back. They are called the Wildcats, but they like being the underdogs during the game. That one's hit up the middle, past the diving glove of knee. Jimbo, the throw home. In time, guns, Alyssa Sass, Bobby Jimbo keeps it a 5-run ball game. We head to the bottom of the 9th.
now batting,
Bailey Smith, the one who started their rally in the 6th. It was a great throw by Jimbo. Alyssa Sass, probably one of the slower people on the Bombers.
now batting, the
As
second
Bailey Smith gets rang up there by Lucy Freitschak. She's locked in. She's got 3 Ks and an inning and 2/3. That's crazy. But Fury rips this one up the middle. Kent Diffie able to cut it off and prevent it from being extra bases though.
now batting, the left fielder, number 28.
They'll bring up Chico Island.
Ball outside.
And this one is blasted into right. That's a no-doubter. Chico Island makes it a 2-run ball. I don't know how to do math. A 3-run ball game as it's 8-5.
Now batting, the
That's where you wish Bailey Smith could have gotten a board.
30.
We'll bring up a tense Rustin Baldwin. 0 for 3 with a walk. Fouls that one off. 1-1. Fryshak no longer locked in. And that one is in there for strike 3. Rustin Baldwin looks at it.
The short now pitching.
That'll do it for Fryshak. They're going to bring in Mario Wrestles.
Nope. Outside.
Was Wrestles not affected by aging at all? Am I losing my mind? How is he still an S? Oh, he's season 2, isn't he? Everyone always thought he was season 1. He was like an original Stinger or something, right?
Number 20.
So knee hits that one up the middle.
Ball low.
The tying run is on deck if Alan Hiker can get a board.
Wait.
2-1. That one's in there for a strike. 2-2 to Hiker.
Nope.
That one misses low. It was close. And the runner's off, and Hiker earns himself a walk. So that's going to bring up Bobby Jimbo. With the men on first and second, they're going to pinch hit Hiker. They're going to bring in Walter Hobbs, a little bit more speed. His run doesn't matter too much. What matters now is Bobby Jimbo.
Nope. Outside. Ball.
He's got his RBI man trait. 2-1.
Ball.
3-1. They might not want to pitch to Jimbo. Full count now. Both runners will go. And Jimbo fouls it off to stay alive. We'll do it again. And Bobby Jimbo grounds it to O'Connell, and that'll do it, folks. The Bombers able to keep their lead and take the win 8-5. They advance. They are the first team this season to get to 10 wins. Both teams with 11 hits, but the Bombers able to turn it into 8 runs. Wildcats left a lot of people on base after they got past Johnny Sins. Their life was a lot easier. Rustin Baldwin not having himself a great game, and the rookie Sly not having a great game either. Obviously Irons with his grand slam in the first, probably going to be one of your MVPs. Mahomey gets the win? Am I losing my mind? Why does Mahomey get the win? And not Sins? Did Sins not pitch long enough? Is that how that works? Did he need to hit 5 innings? Rockford earns herself the loss though. 8 earned runs in an inning and a third. I'd like to know why Mahomey gets the win. If someone in chat will enlighten me. But in the meantime, we'll be right back as we head over to Bengata for Stingers at Skulls. Don't go anywhere, because this one's going to be fun too. I'll see you here in a sec.
Mic off. Mic on.
And we are back, folks. This time at Bengata, we have Stingers versus Skulls of Rock. Got the rookie Noodle Arm on the mound for the Stingers, and Hugo on the mound for the Skulls.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 12.
And Dallas, Texas is going to lead things off for the Stingers. And he hits this one hard, but right to Henry. She'll take it to the bag herself for
Now
out
batting,
number
the
1.
center fielder, number 9.
That one's hit up the middle. A diving stop by Smith over to first in time to beat the speedy Pixel for out number 2. Nice play by Jocinda Smith. That one's hit up the middle past the diving glove of Smith. That'll be a 2-out single.
Now batting,
We'll
the
bring up
designated
Jackson
hitter,
Moore, the
number
4th.
22.
One of the blockbuster deals this offseason between the Stingers and the Overdrafts. And he's going to pop this one up behind the plate. Longshanks will grab it for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the first. Henry, Cat, and Yellow due up.
Now batting, the
Don't get them mixed up with their parents. It's actually Carol Henry and Buzz Yellow, not Carl Henry and Brock Yellow. Carol Henry with her low pitch trait screams that one, but ripped it foul. That one's in there for a strike, full count. Fouls it off to stay alive. And she'll take a walk, so a leadoff walk for the Skulls. They bring up Galileo Cat.
number 18.
Strong Noodle Arm was acquired in the draft this season. Spent some time in the minors. This is his first appearance in the majors, I believe. As Cat flies that one out to right field. Kennedy grabs it for out number 1.
Now batting, the
We'll bring up
fielder,
the right fielder, Buzz Yellow.
4.
I'm gonna check on Henry. She's got the stealer trait along with the low pitch, and she's got some speed. Garcia doesn't have a she's got a pretty good arm. I'll give her that. Probably in the 60s or 70s, just by looking at it. This one's flied out into center, so it'll be 2 outs now for the Skulls.
Now batting, the center.
We're gonna bring up Kip Shaw Jr.
30.
Power versus left-handed pitchers does not apply when facing Noodle Arm. 2-2 the count to Shaw Jr. And strike 3 called, so the Skulls get a leadoff walk. Ended up not even getting the runner to second. We head to the top of the second.
Right fielder, number 2.
Matthew Kennedy leads things off for the Stingers. This one's grounded right to Smith, over to first in time for
Now batting,
out number
the
1.
first baseman, number 19.
Mic off. Mic on.
This one's lifted down the first base line. Henry ranging over and grabbing it for out number 2. That's what we call being Bengatted. The huge field here able to keep that one in where it would have gone into the seats in most other stadiums. Bring up Penelope Garcia. 2-2 the count. She grounds that one. A diving stop by Mannequin. The throw to first, not in time. Garcia able to beat out the throw. We'll bring up the third baseman, Zarbi. Lifts this one foul. The runner is off, and Garcia is gunned at second. Don't run on Lawrence Longshanks. And that's out number 3, so we head to the bottom of the second. Alicia Kim leading things off. This one immediately popped up. Highgrass grabs it for out number 1. We'll bring up Kevin Mannequin. He had the nice flashy play at third that wasn't able to get out the runner at first, and he lifts this one into center, deep center, at the track, at the wall, and that baby's gone. The center fielder didn't even jump, and the Skulls get on the board quickly off of a swing by Kevin Mannequin. We'll bring up Lawrence Longshanks. He threw out the runner at the top of this inning for the third out. That one just misses, 1-2. And he lifts this one down the left field line. Zarbi ranging over and making the over the head catch for out number 2. We'll bring up Darius Green the third. And that one just foul. 2-2 the count to Green the third. And he grounds that one right to Texas.
Mic off.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 20.
Mic on.
We head to the top of the third. Zarbi leads things off. Can't wait for Dean to stream 9 more games. That's not gonna happen, at least today. Maybe throughout the season, I might stream 9 more games. This one's lifted out into right center. Buzz Yellow just gets there in time to grab it for out number 1.
Number 12.
We'll bring up the left fielder, Yumeko Pendragon. She fouls the first 2 pitches off. That one just misses the zone low. And that one's lifted, and that'll cut foul. And that one is absolutely creamed to center. No doubter, and Yumeko ties this ball game up. An absolute moonshot from Yumeko Pendragon.
Number 12.
We head through the Stingers lineup for the second time. Dallas, Texas is up. Three and 1 the count to Texas, and Hugo loses him, so a homer followed by a walk.
The center fielder, number 9.
We'll bring up the center fielder, Pixel. And he creams this one to left center, but Kip Shaw Jr. is gonna grab it just before the warning track. That ball was hit hard, but stayed in Bengata.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 20.
I'll bring up the shortstop ace to Salsa. And he grounds that one to Hugo over to first in time for out number 3. So Numeko Pendragon ties it up with one swing. But we got the 9, 1, and 2 due up for the Skulls. Jocinda Smith's first at bat of the game, and she's going to bloop this one out into right field in a diving attempt by Highgrass, but that's a bomber special. So a leadoff single for the Skulls, and they bring up Carol Henry. And Smith is off and running, and she's going to be absolutely gunned by Garcia. 1 and 2 to Henry. And she lifts this one out to Pendragon, and that'll be out number 2.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 18.
Three and 1 to Galileo Cat. And he hits that one hard, but right at Highgrass, and that'll be out number 3. So we remain tied, but we got the heart of the Stingers lineup due up 4, 5, and 6.
Designated hitter, number 22.
And that one's hit up the middle, so that's going to be a leadoff single for Jackson Moore. And the Stingers look to take the lead.
The right fielder, number 2.
Order one the count here to Matthew Kennedy. Ball in the dirt, 2 and 1. Misses low, 3 and 1. And Hugo loses Kennedy, so man on first and second now, no outs for Dank Highgrass.
Number 19.
Heavy power, heavy contact, and high pitch. Not someone you want to face with men aboard. Finds the zone there, 1 and 1 the count. That one misses high. That one misses high as well. They're challenging him high in the zone, and that one misses low. So the bases are loaded now for Penelope Garcia.
Number 3.
She's got a single so far today, and she's already thrown out a runner. That one gets in there, 1 and 1 the count. Misses high, 2 and 1. That one misses outside, nowhere to put him. And Hugo walks in a run, so the Stingers take the lead 2 to 1. And the bases are still juiced for Zarbi. Hugo is tense after that walk, but they're keeping him in. One misses outside, 2 and 1 to B. Now one's grounded to Darius Green the third. He goes home. The throw back to first is in the dirt. They get the out at home, so a run doesn't score. The infield was playing in. Now they're playing in double play for Pendragon. This one's lifted up to Smith at shortstop. And that'll be out number 2. So the bases still juice, 2 outs for Dallas, Texas. That one's in there for a strike. Hugo back to neutral. Big swing and a miss from Texas. And a grounder to Smith over to first in time. So the Stingers, bases loaded, no outs, only able to turn it into 1 run.
Now batting, the right fielder.
We got the 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Skulls. They hope to fight back. That's a 4-pitch walk to Buzz Yellow. I'll bring up Kipshaw Jr.
Number 33.
And that one's hit hard right to Squash Pixel out in center though. I apologize. I don't know what's gone over me. I sound a little nasally on the stream. I'm sorry. I don't really know why all of a sudden I'm getting a little nasally. 1-1 the count here to Kim. And she pops this one up to the pitcher, Noodle Arm. Or Strong Arm. I don't know. It's Noodle Arm. There is a Noodle Strong Arm in the league, I believe.
Number
I
21.
think he's a position player, though. Kevin Manikin had the homer in his first and only plate appearance, but he's going to pop this one up to high grass. So the Stingers able to hold on to their lead as we head into the top of the fifth, and they hope to add some more.
Now batting, the center
They got their
fielder,
2, 3, and
number
4
1.
due up. First pitch fouled off. That one's in there for a strike. 0-2 to Pixel. And that one's popped up to Smith, and this will be out number 1. The ball was about a mile high in the air.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 20.
We'll bring up Ace to Salsa. And he's going to hit that one, but a diving play by Smith over to first, not in time.
Now batting,
Salsa
the
just a
designated
little
hitter.
too fast, beats out the nice play by Jacinda Smith.
57.
I'll do it for Hugo. They're going to bring in Alonzo Plows. And that ball's hit hard out into right field. Buzz Yellow ranging over and grabbing it for out number 2. So men on first, 2 outs for Matthew Kennedy, the right fielder.
Number 2.
Pickoff attempt from Plows. That one's hit hard past Jacinda Smith. And that'll be another single for the Stingers. Men on first and second now for Dank Highgrass.
Number 19.
Challenging him high, 2-0. That one catches his own, 2-1. Another missed high fastball. That one gets in there full count. Both runners will go. And that one's grounded to Carol Henry. She'll take it to the bag herself for out number 3. Got the 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Skulls as they look to still try to tie up this ball game. Catcher Lawrence Longshakes leads things off. He rips that one and it just cuts foul. That one's a grounder right back to Noodle Arm. Deflected off the glove, just Salsa able to get there in time and get it to first for out number 1. Lawrence Longshanks doesn't have much speed, not able to beat out that throw. One and 2 to Green the third. That one's fouled off to stay alive. One misses outside, 2-2. And strike 3 called. Noodle Arm earns himself a K. I'll bring up Jacinda Smith. She singled in her first and only plate appearance. And quickly down 0-2. And Noodle Arm with 3 pitches strikes out Smith. She didn't swing a single time, but we got the 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Skulls as we head into the top of the 6th.
Number 3.
Penelope Garcia has herself a single and a walk and an RBI already today. 3-0 the count to Garcia. That one gets in there for a strike. And she lifts this one out into center. Shaw Jr. gets there in time for out number 1. I'll bring up the third baseman, Zarbi. That one's in there for a strike. And that one is lifted out into right center. Shaw Jr. will cut it off and keep it from being extra bases. But Zarbi gets himself aboard.
Now batting, the
We'll bring up
left fielder,
Umeka Pendragon.
number 12.
She had the monster moonshot earlier in the game that tied it for the Stingers. And she's going to hit this. A jumping grab by Darius Green III robs Pendragon of a hit.
Number 12.
I'll bring up Dallas, Texas. He's 0 for 2 with a walk so far today. And he mashes this one. This could get out of the ballpark. And that's a 2-run shot from Dallas, Texas, and that's going to make it a 4-1 ball game. 414 feet. He murdered that ball.
The center fielder, number 9.
And Alonzo plows his tense. 2-0 the count to Pixel. That one's in there for a strike. Pixel's 0 for 3 today. And he's going to go 0 for 4 as Alonzo Palau strikes him out. But Dallas, Texas with the 2-run shot makes it a 4-1 ball game. We got the top of the Skulls lineup due up in the bottom of the 6th. Strong noodle arm is locked in. And strike 3, Carol Henry swung at a pitch on her hands. The first batter goes down. Galileo Cat swings through that one. That one misses high and away. Same pitch, but Cat swung at it. And that one just gets past the glove of Highgrass, but foul. And that one catches the top outside edge for strike number 3. Galileo Cat not liking the call. Buzz Yellow sends this one out into left, and Pendragon not able to get there in time. So that'll be a 2-out single from Yellow. We'll bring up Shaw Jr.
Center fielder, number 33.
That one well inside. Noodle arm's still locked in. 5 2/3 today. 3 hits, only 1 earned run, and only 2 walks. And Shaw Jr. lifts this one out into center. That'll be a Dragon special. They're going to test the arm on Pixel, and Yellow able to get there in time. So men on the corners now for Alicia Kim. She's got the RBI trait. That's going to do it for Strong Noodle Arm. They don't want to risk it. They're going to bring in Robin Ryan. Hopefully able to get the Stingers out of this inning. The tying run is at the plate with Kim. She swings at that one. 2-1. 3-1. And she's hit hungry. She fouled off a pitch that was well out of the zone. And she gets that one out into right. And that'll be a RBI scoring single. So men on the corners now for Kevin Mannequin, who homered earlier in the game, started the scoring for both teams, looking to possibly tie the game up here with a well-placed hit. 1-2 the count to Mannequin, and he swings at a pitch well out of the zone, so the Skulls able to put up 1 but leave a man 90 feet away. We head into the top of the 7th, and it is 4-2 Stingers. And that one is over the jumping glove of Darius Green III, and Ace de Salsa has himself an extra base hit. That'll be a leadoff double as the Stingers look to add some insurance runs. That one's in there for a strike to Moore the 4th. That one's popped up to Jacinda Smith. She'll grab this one for out number 1. Runner not able to advance. The men on second still 1 out to Matthew Kennedy. They're going to check on De Salsa. They think that he might go for third. And he's off. Mannequin, the throw in time. Another caught stealing from Kevin Mannequin. Not Mannequin, Lawrence Longshanks. I'm so sorry. Full count to Kennedy. And that one's grounded to Mannequin. The throw to first in time for out number 3.
Now batting, the catcher, number 5.
We'll bring up the catcher, Lawrence Longshanks. And that's a strikeout to Mannequin. Robin Ryan gets himself a K. His second of the night. And he's quickly up 0-2 to Darius Green the third, and this one's lifted in the shallow right. Texas ranging out there, grabbing it for out number 2. Foul ball from Jacinda Smith. Start things off. Swings through that one, 0-2. And she lifts this one out into left, and that'll be a single. So a 2-out single from Smith brings up Carroll Henry, the tying run. Skulls running out of outs to tie this ball game up. 0-2 to Henry. And Henry hits this one, a diving stop by Zarbi, but she's going to be able to make it to first well in time. No throw. So they're tying run on first, the go-ahead run at the plate as Galileo Cat steps into the box. Quickly up 2-0 to Robin Ryan. That one's in there for a strike, 2-1. And he lifts this one out into right center. That's going to hit the base of the wall. And this is going to tie the ball game. A double from Galileo Cat. And we have ourselves the ball game. 2 outs now. Runner on second for Buzz Yellow. Robin Ryan gives up the lead. Not the pitcher you'd expect to do it from the Stingers. And Buzz Yellow rips this one, and that's just foul. If it stayed fair, that would have scored the run. 2-2 the count, and Yellow gets jammed. Kennedy, or Pixel, my bad. Pixel ranging out there in center, grabs it for out number 3. So we got the 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Stingers in the top of the 8th, as they hope to get the lead back. They'll do it for Plows. They're going to bring in Cretaceous Moon. And they keep challenging Dank Highgrass high in the zone, but they get him to pop out to right, so I guess it's working. We'll bring up the catcher, Penelope Garcia. He's having a decent day today. Got a single, a walk, a RBI, and a caught stealing or 2. She's going to ground that, or line that one to Mannequin for out number 2. We'll bring up the third baseman, Zarbi. And he mashes this one out into left center field. Shaw Jr. at the track and grabs it for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Stingers. And the heart of the Skulls order is due up. Kipshaw Jr., Kim, and Mannequin look to put the Skulls on top. This one's grounded to Salsa over to first in time for out number 1. Robin Ryan is back to neutral. Alicia Kim at the plate. A big curveball in there for strike 1. High heat misses. 2-1. 3-1. That pitch was well outside. That one just catches the inside corner. And swing and a miss from Alicia Kim. He rung her up as Robin Ryan earns himself his 3rd K of the night. We got Kevin Mannequin up the plate. He's got a home run already on the day. And he's going to line that one straight to Texas. So we head to the top of the ninth. It's a tie ball game at 4-4. The 9-1 and 2 due up for the Stingers. Pendragon and Texas have both already homered today. And then their first batters that Cretaceous and Moon are going to have to face. One's in there for a strike, 2-1. This one's lifted. And nobody's going to be able to get there in time. So foul ball, 2-2. She fouls that one off to stay alive. And this one is grounded up the middle. So Yumeko Pendragon leads things off with a single. That'll bring up Dallas, Texas. He had a moonshot in his last plate appearance, 414 feet, to put the Stingers on top 4-2. Since then, the Skulls have tied it up, and he's going to hit this one through the right side. So men on first and second now for Squash Pixel. So the go-ahead run is 180 feet away. And the Stingers are looking to attack. This one's grounded. Green to Smith to Henry, and that's a Dragon special. So the go-ahead run is 90 feet away now, but there's 2 outs. Ace de Salsa has the chance to be the hero. He's already got 3 hits today, one of which being a double. 2-1 the count here to Ace. And that one's hit hard right to Smith. The throw in time at first. So we head to the bottom of the ninth. The 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Skulls as they look to walk things off.
The catcher, number 5.
That one's in there for a strike to Lawrence Longshanks. Robin Ryan is definitely the pitcher you want on the mound to keep this game tied at 4-4. That one's fouled off to stay alive. 1-2 the count. This one's fouled off. Highgrass not able to get there in time. That one misses high. 2-2. Longshanks grounds it to Texas to first in time for out number 1. We'll bring up a tense Darius Green the third.
Number 21.
No available replacements for Green. They're going to leave him in. And he's going to ground this one to Texas as well. The throw to first in time for out number 2. Leaves things to Jacinda Smith. And they're going to sub her out. They're going to bring in Brock Yellow. Can the old man walk things off for the Skulls? The Unis are bugging out. It looks like the Stingers are home right now. They're the away team. And Brock Yellow lines this one as RB for out number 3. We head to extra innings. I hope you guys are enjoying because we have some free baseball. The heart of the Stingers lineup is due up. They're going to take out, I don't know what they did. Okay, so they took out Jacinda Smith to let Brock Yellow hit, right? Then they subbed in Fiona Bear Pendragon to play defensively at shortstop. And a diving grab by Darius Green. He's tense, but he's going to keep that one from being extra bases. I'll bring up Dank Highgrass. And he hits that one hard. The diving stop by Pendragon and throw to first in time. So a 1-2-3 inning from the Skulls, and they got the top of their lineup hoping to end this ball game. Carroll Henry due up first. They're still facing Robin Ryan. He is starting to show signs of fatigue. He's at 59 pitches. This one's lifted out into right. Kennedy grabs it for out number 1. We'll bring up Cat. He had the 2 RBI double that tied things up. Without him, this game would have ended last inning. He's going to ground that one to Texas, though, for out number 2. We'll bring up Buzz Yellow. High power, high contact. Scary hitter to face when you're one swing away from the game being over. Swings through that one. 1 and 2. Check swings on the same pitch. 2 and 2. Low and away. Full count now. And Buzz Yellow cranks this one out into right at the warning track. Kennedy grabs it for out number 3. It got Bengata'd. There's a couple stadiums where that would have been well gone, but that one stays in, and we head into the top of the 11th. The 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Stingers. Garcia grounds this one to Pendragon to first in time for out number 1. I thought it was gone too. That's why I got so loud. One and 1 the count here to Zarbi. We're having ourselves a fun ball game. Both of these games so far have been pretty enjoyable to watch. As Zarbi gets rung up there. Pendragon hoping that maybe she can find the sweet spot again and put her team aboard, but she's going to ground that one to Moon, the first in time for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 11th. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Skulls as they hope to end things. And Shaw Jr. hits this one up the middle, so that's going to be a leadoff single for the Skulls. Not a whole lot of speed on Shaw Jr. if I remember correctly. And that's going to do it for Rob and Ryan. They're going to bring in Disky Norms to face Alicia Kim. A lefty on righty matchup. Not particularly good for the pitcher. 3 and 1 to Kim. And they're going to walk Kim, so the tying run is on second with no outs against Kevin Mannequin, the man who started the scoring for the game. And that's another ball from Disky Norms. Another one. That one's in there for a strike. 2 and 1 to Mannequin. 3 and 1. If you're the Stingers, you need a Dragon special here against the slow runner, but they're going to lose Mannequin, so the bases are loaded now. No outs for catcher Lawrence Longshanks. He's 0 for 4 today. And he's going to end things here. The outfield was playing in, and Lawrence Longshanks is going to walk things off for the Skulls. They win 5-4. What a game. The Skulls actually get out hit by the Stingers 11-10. Don't worry, Squared. I lost to them twice. A lot worse than you did. Texas having himself a monster game. 2 for 4, a 2-run shot and a walk. DeSalsa 3 for 5. What a game from him. And Pendragon 2 for 5 with a homer. Galileo Cat, only 1 hit, but it was a well-timed 2 RBI double to tie things up. Kip Shaw Jr. earning himself 2 hits. Jacinda Smith having herself 2 hits. Kim, Mannequin, and Longshanks with the cleanup having 1 RBI each. The loss is going to go to Robin Ryan, 4 1/3, 3 earned runs. The win will go to Cretaceous Moon, 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Crazy that a C-rated player performed so well against a bolstered Stingers lineup. And your MVPs are going to be Dallas, Texas, Umeko Pendragon, and Kevin Mannequin. I hope you guys all enjoyed Week 8, Day 3, Part 1. I am going to head out. I think Squared will be on the call later tonight, if I'm not mistaken, to finish today's games up. I hope you all enjoyed, though. As always, I am Dean, and have a good one.